In this video, we're going to explore bookmarking in Quincy, the bookmark widget specifically. We're going to talk about creating bookmarks, editing bookmarks, using bookmark filters, using quick bookmarks, and bookmarking in a multi-case environment. So let's hop straight into it. We're here in the Quincy interface, and we're going to open up the bookmarks widget. It starts out blank. That's because we haven't yet opened a case. So let's open the man-tooth case. And it's going to look, for those of you who are FTK users, it's going to look very much like FTK does for bookmarks. There are some notable exceptions, and I will point those out. And there's a whole video on bookmarks in FTK versus in the Quincy system. So please check that out. That's a cool video because there's a lot going on there. But for now, I'm just going to focus on bookmarks in this system. So anyway, we've got that man-tooth case. Because this is a multi-case aware system, we always have the case name to start, and then we have our shared bookmarks, which can be seen by anybody, and then the user-specific bookmarks. I'm the administrator, of course, but if I were a user, let's say, the web user or whatever, this would say web user. Underneath, we have all the bookmarks we've created in either group. Likewise, if you come up here, and I'll show you this in a few seconds, those same bookmarks, the bookmarks that can be, to which you can assign records, are up here. If we want to see what is in a bookmark, we can click on it and we will see the comment. If we want to see the files that are attached to that bookmark, we can click on it and it will show us the files that are attached to it. If we want to see those files in the grid, meaning load those files, if you will, we can either click directly on the file here and it will filter to just this record. Let's remove that. Or we can click on double click on any one of these boxes and it will filter the grid to that set of documents. We've got a lot of objects in this one, so that's why it looks like that. But let me pick one that has a few less objects. Let's do this. There are the 4. And you see another type of filter shows up, the bookmark filter. And you can click and remove that and get back to your unfiltered state. Let's go back to the comment stuff. You can, of course, expose all 3 parts if you want, but let's just do this for now. Let's create a bookmark now. It is as easy as finding whichever node you want to create off of and right-clicking and saying create. Now, it is important to note that until I hit save, this bookmark is not actually created. This is just a placeholder. So we'll just call this Tim, and this is Tim's bookmark. And we can go ahead and click save, and it's going to refresh. It does this annoying thing of closing the thing every time. I will eventually fix that, but for right now, that's what it is right there. So we've got the Tim bookmark, and it's created, and we're happy. Likewise, we can create a bookmark up here. So let's create a bookmark off the same child node. We're in the shared repository, so we want to click OK plus. The parent, we're in shared, so if we wanted to create a private one, we click private, but we're shared, so we're going to click shared. And we wanted to do it off of this multi-child, and we're going to call it, let's call it Frank. And we could here is Frank's bookmark. Enter. That's simple. It was added there. It again, close this thing. And there, Tim and Frank. Perfect. Okay, so now let's add some objects to the Frank, we'll do it to the Frank bookmark. And we can go ahead and hide the tree now if we want. Just have this. And it's as simple as just selecting the documents you want and adding them. Voila. Now you'll notice you always have this comment case ID. If you've actually explicitly added a comment, and let's do that, that will go away. New comment. But that is because, again, this is a multi-case aware environment. And it's saving a place for the comment and the case ID. And until you add an actual comment, it just always puts them there. If people find that troublesome, I can take it away. It would take a little bit, but not a big deal. But at the moment, I didn't think it was that meaningful, so it's there. You can delete an object once you've added it. You can go ahead and click that, and it will delete it. You can go ahead and delete all the objects by clicking there, and it will remove them all. Then you can go ahead and add them back if you want. And let's get back to our unfiltered state and removed our checked items. And we can add a comment again. Comment. And we're back to sort of stationary, if you will. If you want to view a document that's bookmarked, it always happens through the grid. So that is why the grid keeps reacting the way it does every time I touch a document, every time I touch an object. So you would, even if the grid is hidden, you're always going to be seeing that document. I think this is a folder or unallocated space, so there's nothing to see. But if you advance to the next one, it would advance, so on and so forth. Let's see, what else is significant about bookmarks? We've shown how you can create them up here. We have created bookmarks, deleted bookmarks. Well, let's just show deleting bookmarks just so you can see. It's just as easy as right-clicking and delete. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of key bookmark features. Again, it operates the same way as it does in FTK. The one last thing worth showing is bookmarks in custom views. Anytime you create a custom view, and I'm just going to go to the FTK view, there's no way to assign the bookmark. You can't assign the bookmark widget. That is because it is ever present here on the right. It is always hidden there in the right. And that's because bookmarking is such a critical part of the product. We want it in every view. Let's go to a view I made as part of a demo. There it is on the right. I didn't add bookmarks. I didn't do anything, but it was always there, so you could get to it. So that's it. I think that's everything I wanted to say regarding bookmarks. Play around. Bookmarks are accessible from FTK as well. And we can see bookmarks made in FTK, so you can go back and forth using either interface. There are some tricks to how you go back and forth because each tool deals with bookmarks slightly differently. So please view that video that talks about those differences. But other than that, I think that's all you need to know. Thanks a lot.